Well, it's tax time again, isn't it? It seems always tax time. What I'm trying to do is show people what they're paying for and how they could get money back from the government, from the taxes. We all pay into this system in taxes, and we know that we have to pay taxes. There's a lot of education about us about how to pay taxes, but there's no education about how to apply for the programs that give back the tax money. And now I'm talking about just tax money for individuals. I don't care about nonprofits. And all I do, I help them too, and businesses, but I'm talking about individuals. And that money that transfers back to individuals is not called grants, but they are free grants. They're personal grants, and they're called transfer payments. Now, here's a report that the government prints out, and it's a year old or so by the time it comes out. So the latest data is 2018, transfer payments. And you can see this if you put reaproject.org. It's there, the transfer payments, and it has all the major categories that we pay transfer payments to individuals, to seniors, to young people, to people on education, people have health problems, all kinds of transfer payments, housing, everything. Okay, so now the total bill, the current information that we did is 2018. They're usually a year or two behind, and that's 2,971, 491, 000, and this is in thousands, so you have to add three more zeros. And if you look at that hard, it's 2.9 trillion. Now, I don't know what the hell trillion is, but you know it's a hell of a lot of money. It's not million, it's not billion, it's trillion. And there's like three of these that are given out to all these programs, and that's just the general categories. Then it goes into dozens of other programs, hundreds of other programs, and gets down to the individual that writes checks to people, individual people that you don't pay back. So all these transfer payments, you do not pay back from the government. So that's $3 trillion comes back to you. Okay, now what is $3 trillion to the average person? Okay, if you look at the number of households, and here's a website called Statistica, shows you that's 128 million households. So that's, a whole household. That's usually how the government's giving, if it's for housing, then everybody in that household takes advantage of it. So they're giving out almost $3 trillion to 128 million people. Now, what is that average? That average is $23,214 per person. $23,000 in cash is given on average to every household in America. A household is like a family, okay? So that we have that's about half. If you double that number, that's about how many people we have in the country, because we have average 2 people live to a household. Okay, so that's where that is. So that's $23,000 for every household is getting in return that the government comes out just in 1 year. They do it every year, and it grows every year. Okay, now who's paying for this? Okay, I guess who? Okay, it's the individuals who pay for this. There's 138 million individuals. See, that's almost the same as household. So that's how many personal tax forms are filled in to send to the government to pay taxes, so then other people or you can apply to get it back. Okay, how much does the average person pay in taxes? Here's that number, 10,489. So remember, the government gives to individuals an average of $23,000, okay? And the average individual pays $10,000. So you're giving $10,000 to the government, and they give you back $23,000. Now that's a hell of a business, I would think. And that's what we all have, are eligible for, because these are for all kinds of people, rich, old, young, poor, whatever. I get some. Anybody. You just have to know where to apply. And that's what I've been doing, spending a career. So in other words, the government is giving back to individuals over twice as much money as they're paying into the government. Yeah. So if you went to Vegas and you built, played $1,000 and you won $2,000, wouldn't that be a good day at Vegas? Well, here you go to the government and you're paying $10,000 and they give you back $20,000 and you don't have to pay back any of that $20,000. See, that's what's neat. And that's why I keep doing this. I mean, I've been doing this for 40 years or so and trying to educate people about all the stuff that's there. And what I've done in the last year or so is created a separate document. And this is the document I think the IRS should send you with your tax form. When they send you a tax form to fill out your taxes so they could get $10,000, they should send you out one of these forms. And this is really a directory of websites where to apply in your state. Because this money, this $3 trillion goes to the federal government, then is portioned out into all states differently, thousands and thousands of programs. So what I've done is save you all the time and aggravation of trying to find this stuff on Google, which you never will, because Google shows you things where they make money from. None of these things pay Google for you to find them. So that's what I do. I try to find all these things that you'll never find in Google because they're never going to pay Google for you to find them. So this book that I've created, and I charge for it, and I try to make it as reasonable as possible, but I have to charge for it, so I keep doing it. So at least someone in this country, if the government did it, fine, then you wouldn't need me. Nobody's doing this, so I have to ask for a little bit of your money to keep this available for people to do it. And so come to this website, look at the offer, click on your state, and you download right away with all the websites of applying for personal grant money you don't have to pay back, an average of $23,000, that is available, whether you're going to get it or not. It depends on how much work you do in this and whatever. There's not a guarantee that you get the money. The guarantee is it's real money. These are real programs. I've been studying this for almost 50 years. I know where they are. And here's the best thing in America now for anybody to know what is available to them on an individual level, just for people like you, or me or anybody. It's not for you to do something fancy or big. You don't have to even need a grant writer, because all these are not grants. See, grants, you may need a grant writer, particularly if you're a nonprofit. These so-called grants are personal transfer payments. They only require, like 2 or 3 pages, fill in the blanks. That's it. No grant writer required. And I put it all in English. Plus, I have videos in here of experts who tell you how to apply, and people have gotten the money, or the government bureaucrats tell you that they have the money, and here's what to do. This is what we have. They tell you there's no secret. We live in a country where everybody has access to it. It's public information. And I'm the only idiot who spends all the time finding this out, because you don't know where to go. You go to Google and get 10 billion websites, and you'll never find it. And that's the problem. Even though Google has organized things, it's organized things if you want to buy it, not if they're giving it away free. Because everything that's given away free does not advertise on Google. So Google has no incentive to show you the free stuff. And that's what I'm trying to do. Or even ask. That's the other thing. You don't even know what to ask for. That's what I'm trying to do, educate. So if you live in Oklahoma or Ohio or North Carolina, Oregon, Pennsylvania, any state in the union, I have a separate report just for you. So you know where in your state you need help, whether paying your bills or debt, housing, education, getting a better job, healthcare, anything. I show you where these programs are in your state. And what I hope too, that this helps you go to even more things that aren't even the book yet, because this stuff grows every day and it changes a little bit here and there. And it's like panning for gold, but you got to have a place to start. And like I said, I'm so frustrated that the IRS hasn't done this. So people enjoy paying taxes. Just think, if you knew you were going to get $20,000 back if you gave the government 10, hey, that's not a bad deal. You do that all day. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows where to apply to even try to do that. And that's why, people hate their government. They don't realize what the hell it's doing. So maybe some of this is bad. It should be stopped. I don't want to argue that because it's reality. You want to stop it or change it? That's through the legislation process. And that's how you vote. But what I do is show you what's real, what's valid, and no matter what age, income, or nationality, or whatever, you're eligible for programs, that are available right in your own state. But you gotta know where to apply. And if you don't want to pay for this, I put up a separate website to educate people about this, okay? And I have 35 little videos so you can learn the kinds of things that the government has so you know what to ask for. You're going to have to do some of the research yourself, but it'll give you a starting point. This website here is a great place to start. And it has 35 little videos. They're only a minute or two, and that will educate you about what you're eligible for in this country and give you enough to start doing the research yourself. So that's another way of cutting me on it.